Hello, friends. I'm Coach Mark, and today I want to share two experiences with you as we learn about peace. As we talk about these experiences, I want you to think about 1 Corinthians 14:33, which says, "For God is not a God of confusion, but of peace, as in all the churches of the saints." Now, keeping that in mind, I want to tell you about a time I was in Costa Rica. I was with my wife and two close friends, and we were excited to go rafting down a river. I had never done any sort of rafting before, so I was pretty pumped to go. We were all wearing safety helmets and had our paddles ready to go. We were about halfway through paddling down a small river when the water got a bit rough. Our raft suddenly took a sharp dive down a small waterfall, and I leaned hard to the left to keep the raft from tipping over to the right. Mission accomplished. But I didn't notice the large rock on the left that my head smacked into as the raft dropped. I think I very briefly blacked out and my head went under the water as well. In that moment, I was confused and disoriented, and if I hadn't been wearing a helmet, it would have been even worse. While I don't have any specific images in my mind of the ordeal, I do remember the brief second that my head was underwater and the angry sound of the rushing river. It was loud, chaotic, and violent. I wasn't traumatized by the event, but I won't ever forget that sudden feeling that I got under the water in that river. Now, I want to share a different experience with you. I've been blessed to be able to enjoy a hot tub several times in my life. Each time I get to relax in a hot tub, I like to put my head completely under the water. I don't know if it's because it reminds my brain of the sound of when I was in my mother's womb or some other subconscious reason, but I rarely feel more at peace than when I am safely submerged in that hot tub for just a few seconds. So, both of my experience involved rushing water, but there was a key difference: that feeling of peace. While the rushing river was beautiful and I love being in nature, it was also confusing and scary. God tells us in His Word that He isn't a God of confusion. I've been in several situations in my life that were supposed to be positive, and many people even said that they could feel God in those situations. But things that were going on were chaotic and sometimes even harmful. I've learned that I need to be very discerning in those situations and make sure there is peace. Your challenge for today is to test every situation you're in and pray for the discernment to know which water you're in. If there's peace in your situations, rest and relax in that peace that God has provided for you. If there is not peace, pray for the wisdom to know how to help bring peace to it. I read somewhere that God blesses the peacemakers, so it will be a bonus for you. Now go, win today.